Welcome back to season 1 of Snubs and Dubs, where we're talking the snubs and dubs of the 69th Academy Award for Best Picture. I'm your host, Kyle Tobiasson, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Jason Miller. Jason, welcome to the Christmas bonus episode.
I'm feeling so much holiday cheer right now. It's flowing through me, flowing out of me, getting all over the couch. But this is such an exciting Christmas time.
Well, before we get into the episode too far, Jason, I see a little box there on the table. Do you got some explaining to do?
Merry Christmas. They're Tim Biebs.
Tim Biebs?
The world-renowned collaboration of Canadian pop icon Justin Bieber and coffee retailer Tim Hortons. They are a delightful little twist on what you've come to know as the Tim Bit. But you're about to have your horizons expanded to Tim Biebs.
Wow. On this very exciting Christmas edition of Snubs and Grubs.
It's incredible. All right,
let's crack this Tim box. Tim box.
Let's get this Tim box roll out. Okay, so there are 3 holiday flavors. Try and grab one of each. They're kind of just buried in there. Geez.
All right, I think I've secured all 3.
I believe so. Which one do you want to start with?
The one that looks like it has chocolate chips on it is on the forefront of my hand, so I think I'm going to start with that.
So this one, just as a quick name of what you're about to eat, it's going to be the sour cream chocolate chip. Now, sour cream is my favorite in the normal world of Timbits, so let's see how the Tim Biebs hold up.
All right, cheers.
All right, cheers. Yeah?
Yeah. It's actually good.
Yeah, it kind of just tastes like a sour cream donut, which I already love it just to start with. Yeah. We've added the chocolate chips, and I think that is actually a good factor. A little bit more crunch. It feels like there's more icing sugar on there, or just icing, I guess.
I think it's actually a positive addition.
I'd agree with that. I think they have leveled up the sour cream. All right, what's round 2 here? What are you feeling?
I got this other.
I think it's like originally birthday. Yeah, okay, so this is normally birthday cake. Now this is birthday cake waffle. And I don't know what the waffle element is, but let's take a bite.
Birthday cake was my favorite, so we'll see.
Yeah, I like that.
Me too.
Yeah, no, I think it's, again, they've just taken a classic, a solid, and they've upgraded it.
Is it kind of like mapley?
Maybe.
Is that maybe where the waffle's coming in?
That might be it. Because I don't know where else you're getting waffle in there.
Yeah.
All right, and lastly, this is the chocolate white fudge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you ready to get white fudged?
I one bited it.
This one might be the weakest for me, but I don't like chocolate Timbits that much in the start. Like, they're okay. They're pretty far down the depth chart of Timbits, but I'll eat them.
I also don't think it expanded the chocolate to that greater an extent.
No, me neither. If I had to rank the 3, I'm saying sour cream glazed best, birthday cake second, and chocolate one's like, it could have been a regular chocolate and I wouldn't have even noticed.
I actually think I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the sour cream one was taken to another level.
The chocolate chips helped. That's actually a pretty big boost.
And the birthday cake one, I always really like birthday cake. The little extra maybe mapley flavor was like a decent addition, but like I chocolate one. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, that's Tim Biebs.
That's Tim Biebs.
That's a snub and grub. Delightful. Honestly, I can't lie. And I'm not even ashamed. They're good. Tim Biebs are good and should exist. And it's not cursed.
Good job, Justin. We're proud of you.
You did it, buddy. You really did something great here.
Of course, since it's close to Christmas, we thought it would be fun to do a Christmas bonus episode to highlight a Christmas movie from 1996. Of course, the obvious standout was Jingle All The Way.
Oh, yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Anakin Skywalker. Had you seen this one before?
No, I think I've heard about this one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen the cover art before, but I've never watched it. It's not been on like my family's secret list of like Christmas movies that we love and watch.
Yeah.
So this one was not in my orbit before. Was it in yours?
It wasn't in my orbit, but I did watch it last year because I had made like kind of a conceited effort to watch Christmas movies that people said were popular, or people said were popular that I hadn't seen before. It wasn't in my like you said, like my family's realm of Christmas movie rotation, but actually the only movie in that was fucking Tim Allen's The Santa Claus.
Oh man, Tim Allen.
Yeah, but
I spent the entire movie thinking he was in this movie for some reason. But I think I had it confused with like, because he's known for like 1 or 2 Christmas movies. I don't know. Is it just the one?
Well, he's in like 3 The Santa Claus movies.
Oh, right.
So,
and for some reason, I'm like, I know Tim Allen's coming at some point. Where is he? And
yeah. I mean, what is it with Christmas movies and dads?
I know.
That's just like, they just mesh.
They mesh so well. And yeah, all the movies are like, okay, we're going to have a Christmas movie. It's going to be about a dad. And he's the biggest idiot you've ever come across in your life. This guy sucks.
Yeah. Well, we'll just get into it. If you were interested in Jingle All The Way, I've included the links to the physical media related to it in the show notes. If you buy through that link, it'll help out the show. Or if you have any other Amazon shopping to do, follow that general link to help out our show in the process. A reminder that this bonus episode is going to be spoiler filled. So if you haven't seen Jingle All The Way yet, go ahead and do so. It's on Disney+. But without further ado, we're going to get into it. Workaholic Howard Langston, Arnold Schwarzenegger, wants to make things up for his son Jamie and his wife Liz. He promises to get Jamie the hottest toy of the season, Turbo Man, even though it's Christmas Eve and the toy is practically sold out. As Howard hunts down the elusive gift, he runs into mailman Myron, played by Sinbad, who I will refer to only as Sinbad in this episode.
Good call.
Yeah, another father on the same quest. With the clock winding down, Howard's moral code is tested as he starts to learn the real meaning of Christmas.
Aww.
Jingle All The Way is directed by Brian Levant and written by Randy Cornfield. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as Howard Langston, Sinbad as Myron Larrabee. He had a last name?
Yeah, I think he actually introduces himself with his last name at the
for
first time he's talking to Schwarzenegger.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Phil Hartman as Ted Malton, Rita Wilson as Liz Langston, Robert Conrad as Officer Hummel, and Jake Lloyd himself as Jamie Langston. There's a runtime of 89 minutes, the exact length it needs to be.
God, even then, maybe there was some loose time in there, but like still, thank God it was only a tight hour and a half.
And it released on November 22nd, 1996. Jason, what did you think of Jingle All The Way?
You know what? It was a lot of fun. There were some particularly weird moments. The tone with this movie's everywhere.
Yep.
But it's fun. There's some actually, like, there were a couple of moments I laughed out loud. And there are even some of the stupid holiday gags that, like, you knew were going to be in there, but they're still, like, pretty funny. I had a fun time watching this.
I did too. It's like when I revisited this, I didn't think I was going to like it again. Mm-hmm. And I think I forgot how much I kind of, like, enjoyed it the first time. It's just enjoyable. It's just stupid. It's funny.
Yeah, it's just like, it doesn't take itself seriously at any point.
Not at all.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is a bizarre choice, but it works because it's Schwarzenegger. So like, okay, this is ridiculous.
Well, he was in a phase of doing family movies at this point.
I'm assuming Kindergarten Cop was somewhere around here.
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. And so like this was kind of something that he wanted to do, I think.
I mean, kind of good for him. If that's where he's like, I want to make some like family wholesome movies. I think that's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
And he was funny enough in this because of how bizarre that call is. So it worked. He was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it is really funny seeing him in all these goofy situations.
Yeah.
And like, especially with him like trying to like chase down a child through the mall into like a ball pit and through like a child's playground. This absolutely ginormous man plowing children out of the way to get this ball.
Like at one point he like grabs the kid by the mouth too to get the ball. And oh man, in so many movies that should be like horrifying, but no, it's funny. And then the moms come and hit him with their purses. And
I have a very, very brief plot summary that I'll get through just so we have like kind of a quick reminder. Since we start off with Howard is late for his son's karate concert, even though his wife...
I didn't understand what was going on there. It was a Christmas karate concert.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it was like they always said it was a karate class, but this was like it was very clearly an event of some kind that was important. You don't go to every karate class.
Well, I mean, as a former Taekwondo child myself, you have testing to get your next belt every once in a while. And they normally do it as like all the kids are practice their stuff for like a year or something. And they'll have a bunch of things memorized and they'll have a bunch of like things to show their parents. So then like all the parents come and watch the kids test for the belt. Normally it's done at the karate school and not some random gymnasium that's been decked out for a holiday thing. And they were cleaning up the holiday decorations after.
Yeah,
like
so they set up for this. Yeah,
they set up holiday decorations for a karate class.
Yep, karate class for Christmas. That's the next big hit. Christmas movie, Karate for Christmas. Maybe they need to combine the Karate Kid into a Christmas movie.
They have to.
Christmas
There's so
Karate
much
Kid.
room to like just mess around in there. That's absolutely going to be coming down the pipe.
Yeah, I didn't get to finish my other line here, but it brings me into a question that I had for you. So I said, Howard is late for his son's karate concert, even though his wife is his favorite customer. Is this Tommy Wiseau's favorite movie?
It has to be.
Right?
Is that? I don't remember chronologically which movie came first. I'm assuming this one came. When was
The Room was early 2000s, so this was before.
He had to have gotten that line from
Absolutely.
Schwarzenegger. It's like the same delivery too.
Yep.
It's like, you're my favorite customer.
Yes, and there's also a moment later on where one of the Santas is being like, "You're a chicken, cheep, cheep, cheep."
Yeah, there was
cheep.
also the chicken thing.
That was in there.
A lot of The Room probably was the spiritual successor to 1996's Jingle All The Way.
Yeah. It was funny because once I clued into this, I was like seeing it everywhere. I was like, damn, Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
He loved this movie.
There must
maybe
have
it's his
been
favorite Christmas movie.
It probably is his favorite movie in general, other than The Room, which is the best movie ever.
Yeah. We also meet Ted, who is the most handy and eligible bachelor around. Ted, what a fucking guy.
Ted unbelievably fucks, and he's putting it all on the line for like the only taken woman in the neighborhood who's not fawning over him at like the karate class. Maybe it's because Liz just doesn't want him at all that makes him want her so bad.
Maybe.
But he's such a funny dad villain.
Yeah.
Because he is a villain and a dad, but like he's still a normal human being, but he's just so villainous.
Yeah, he's so like his evil traits are him trying to be nice and help out.
Yeah.
And it's not until like the end where he really comes on to her that you're like, okay, this guy's kind of gross.
Yeah.
But like, and he also kind of makes some passes earlier on, but like, like he's just like really nice, like to a fault.
So like, well, there's clearly some underlying desire that you're using this to get, you scurvy man. But also, while you're up there, do you mind fixing some of those shingles while you're putting my Christmas lights up? Because you're super handy still. He's handy and handsy.
Howard forgets about the Turbo Man action figure and lies to his wife. Then he goes out on Christmas Eve morning and meets Sinbad outside a toy store, and Sinbad chokes a woman in public.
With no repercussion.
Absolutely not.
She doesn't even really care that much.
No.
She's like, oh, I get it. I'm here for toys too. Like, the passion takes over
when
you.
You go out on Christmas Eve, you kind of expect to get choked.
Yeah, there's going to be some choking going on.
They trample through a toy store, get laughed at, and then track down a woman to take a Turbo Man doll from her, or at least that's their plan to.
Now, was it the same woman driving away that was the one choked? Because they made a point of being like she's wearing, because
like
when Sinbad like releases her, is like, oh, sorry, but like you shouldn't have worn a fur. Well, like as a joke.
Oh, maybe it was her.
They described the woman who had it on layaway as wearing a fur. But I didn't see her face enough to know if it was actually the same woman.
Maybe.
But that would have been funny if she got the last laugh.
Yeah.
Also, this scene I laughed out loud when those like two store employees are making fun of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Because they did it in such like a stupid way. They're like, he wants Turbo Man. It's just so good.
Just like Nickelodeon level humor.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Howard looks everywhere, can't find Turbo Man. Ted takes over at Howard's house, and over a phone call we get this is a line that everyone put on the letterbox, but put the cookie down.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man, like Schwarzenegger makes no sense in this role because but it's so good because it's so stupid.
And Ted's just being so smug on the phone. Your wife makes the best cookies.
You know, she's in the shower. Should I go get her?
Yeah.
Ted, you perv.
Oh, God. Howard hits a motorbike of the same cop who had pulled him over earlier, and he and Sinbad try to jet off to a late delivery of Turbo Man. Outside this store, a group brawls over a lottery ball, and Sinbad pepper sprays Howard. Howard chases a ball all the way through a mall and into a kids' play area before getting hit by dozens of women calling him a pervert.
You know the one thing I didn't expect to happen in this movie? Goddamn Rodney King mention. What? Yeah. That was at that moment. There's a couple things where they have like, is something bad going to happen or something bad not going to happen? And no, they set the tone right here that nothing is off limits in the slightest. Bombs will be going off when they fake out that maybe it's not a bomb because like they have just Sinbad goes down trying to grab the ball and it's like Rodney King, like, no. Jesus, are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. And like, I guess I think this was still fresh. Like that had happened a couple of years prior. Oh my God. That was incredible. But like, not in a good way. As in like, I thought about that for a while after. Jesus.
Oh, fuck. After this, Howard gets roped in by a mall Santa under the guise that they have Turbo Man dolls. He's then brought to a whole factory of fake Santas who sell him a fake Turbo Man for $300. And then there's an all-out brawl before the police showed up and raid this scam. I think this was like, there was a pro wrestler, like a legit pro wrestler was one of these Santas. The big
he
guy.
had to have been, because he was towering over Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think Arnold Schwarzenegger is like the tallest guy. He's like huge. I don't think he's like insanely tall. I think he's probably like 6 foot, I think, or something.
Might
like
be
that.
because him and Sinbad were like the same height.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to look, actually. I'm curious now how tall Schwarzenegger is. But this guy was so much bigger than Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. I think there was also a fact that I read that I didn't write down, but I think the role that Sinbad plays was Arnold originally wanted Danny DeVito to play, which would have been funny.
Oh, that would have been
or like
wild.
just like somebody like that, like short.
Yeah.
But one of the producers was like, no, like we can't have this like too much of a height difference. Even though like Arnold has been with Danny DeVito in like other movies at that point, like Twins, I think was one that they were in together.
Maybe.
But
yeah, he's 6'2".
Okay. Yeah.
And also one thing that is important to remember when you're watching all of this that I keep forgetting somehow, he was the governor of California at some point. After this movie, he runs for public office and becomes governor of California. So just every time that Schwarzenegger's having a laugh in this movie, he becomes the governor of California. And that's something that should stick with you the whole way through.
Yeah. Maybe this was part like a long con of the campaign. It's like, all right, we're going to do a Christmas movie, get all the families on board.
Oh, yeah.
And then run.
I mean, that could have been. When did he run? This is such an aside that does not matter at all to this.
It's a bonus episode. We're allowed to have nonsensical asides.
Because now I'm kind of curious if this was like, that's why he started doing family movies, was because he wanted to run for public office afterwards. 2004? Maybe.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. So he ran in 2004 for governor. So maybe
that was like
under 10 years from making a crap ton of family movies. Maybe.
Possible. Long con.
Yeah. Anyways, back to him choking out children.
Yeah, Howard's car runs out of gas and Ted's son suggests to Jamie that his parents should just get a divorce because it's really good for him.
That whole like scene of the kid petting the elk.
Reindeer?
The reindeer. And being like, named him Tim. And then when Jamie's on the phone with Schwarzenegger, he's like, oh, mom's just petting Tim.
Oh, no, it's Ted.
Ted.
They name him Ted, which is the same name as the neighbor.
Yeah. Mom's just petting Ted.
Yeah, it was great. Jamie gets mad at Howard on this phone call for not keeping his promises as he's late again. Howard encounters Sinbad again and hears over the radio that they could win a Turbo Man. They rush over to the radio station. Howard breaks down the door as the radio host calls the police. Sinbad threatens to blow the whole place up if he doesn't get the Turbo Man doll using explosive mail.
That was also kind of dark and funny.
Millions of packages are sent through the mail every year and they have bombs in them.
Yeah.
Like, what?
What? We were like, well, there are bombs mailed. This is a family Christmas movie. How are we in this territory at this point?
Yeah. So it turns out it's not a bomb. And it also turns out that they're not getting a doll, just a coupon for a doll.
Oh, unbelievable. That's no good. That's not going to help you at Christmas time.
Well, the cops show up and they get out of it using another bomb bluff. But turns out this one is not a bluff. And Sinbad blows up a load of cops. However, they all survive, despite that explosion completely blowing out the windows of that area, that floor.
That was like such a cartoon, Looney Tunes, like, oh, he just has a bunch of ash on his face and his hands are a little bit burnt. That kind of mail bomb.
Yeah, no.
One of those like prank mail bombs you send you and your pals get up to on Christmas time.
Just like a fucking like glitter bomb, but with like charcoal and flame instead.
Just a little bit more bomb than that, but not a lot of bomb. Like you could still send that to a government official and not go to prison forever. That's only like 25 years.
Oh, so, yeah. Howard's car is then stripped and he's dropped off at home by a tow truck driver where Ted is putting the star on his tree.
Oh my God. Trouble brewing.
Howard takes the opportunity to break into Ted's house and steal Ted's son's Turbo Man. Howard then feels guilty, fights a reindeer, and gets caught by his wife and Ted.
Oh, yeah. That was a lot of destruction going on in that scene. I also love how his house is still kind of on fire when they like walk out. It's just still burning. Yeah, well.
I also love that Arnold Schwarzenegger just straight up punches a reindeer in the face.
I didn't expect that either. There's also just like some random animal abuse in this movie. And a reindeer gets just socked one.
Yep. And then gets fed alcohol and becomes drunk. So very interesting treatment of animals in this movie. Ted, Liz, and the kids go to the parade. Howard's left at home to get the reindeer drunk before he comes to his senses and heads off to the parade too. Liz and Ted let their very young children run around unattended in this parade, this busy ass parade, while they park.
Oh, thousands of people.
Easily some abduction possibilities going on here. Ted then comes onto Liz in the car, but she denies him. Howard sees and goes to stop Ted, but has to run from the same cop that he's encountered multiple times again. The chase leads Howard into the Turbo Man dressing room where he gets mixed up with the actual guy who's supposed to dress up as Turbo Man. Howard soaks in the parade and then gets a hold of a special edition Turbo Man doll that he gives to Jamie. Sinbad takes over the costume of the villain and tries to take the doll from Jamie. Turbo Man saves the day and reveals to Jamie that Howard was Turbo Man all along.
Aww.
Jamie then gives the doll to Sinbad as he gets arrested since he has Turbo Man at home. The end, but there is a post-credit scene. Howard is revealed not only to be a bad dad, but a pretty horrible husband as he didn't get his wife a present.
Oh shit! I didn't watch the.
You didn't watch the post-credit scene?
I forgot. He told me to do that.
Yeah, I was like, wait for the post-credit scene. This is not a joke, by the way. There is a post-credit scene in Jingle All The Way. But yes, essentially, it's like she's like, Howard, I've been thinking, with how much you did for Jamie and the parade and everything for this Turbo Man, just has me thinking, what did you get me? And then it's just like a smash zoom to his face and he's like, whoa. That's basically it.
There was one really funny smash cut earlier when he's laying in bed. Oh, what was the line? I think she's like, oh, good thing that you already got Turbo Man because they've been sold out for months.
Yeah.
And then like smash cut to his face. And he actually does actually really good, like, whoa, shit.
Yeah. What did you think of this like parade battle at the end?
It's so stupid. It was great. The entire thing was so dumb when Sinbad puts on the costume of the arch nemesis. Like it's just, it's such a goofy movie. And I'm so glad it is.
Yeah, I mean, also, this is like, can you look at this movie past the goof and see a very critical stance on capitalism and Christmas culture?
Oh, probably, yeah. The whole thing's what I was like, Sinbad has a huge like rant about that when you first get introduced to him when he ends up choking a woman. Like all good social or communist.
Social communist?
Social communist. This is social commentary on social.
This episode's going to shit.
That's everywhere. I could see that, especially with like the mall. They really show that to be a crappy place, and the violence he will go through. They're just decking each other.
Yeah,
Mace Sinbad maces Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
when he actually has like one of the raffle balls they're going to be pulling for a toy. Schwarzenegger's like, he has to, and then like mobs of people come to just kill the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and like that, there's like just long slow motion takes of people just pushing each other over for the chance to be entered into a lottery for a chance to win the Turbo Man that they have now increased the price of. Yeah, that they doubled
the chance to buy at gouging prices.
Yeah, this is like, it's funny because you look at that and you can really see this shit happens.
Oh yeah,
even now, like with like the PlayStation 5, like they are like charging people for a chance to get in the 2-hour window where you can purchase a PS5. Like it happens every year.
Oh, it's brutal. Yeah. And just the culture in general of like having to run out and like, it's really taken to an extreme with this movie because like, toys don't get sold out quite like that.
Yeah, no.
But still, it's like the amount of effort and time and money you got to sink into presents when like, you should be able to just bake some cookies and call it a day. You should be able to just put that star at the top of the tree.
Just some Ted shit.
Yeah, Ted really has this thing nailed. He did go a little over with the reindeer, but other than that, he's really got this thing homed in.
And also, they have the side plot of the Santas which is like the scalpers. Like we still have scalpers and fake product to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was actually a really funny scene. That was such funny, stupid cartoon violence.
Yeah.
Oh,
and how they're all dressed up as Santas and elves. Like, completely unnecessary once you're in that factory. You do not need to wear that costume anymore.
Yeah.
But they just committed to the bit of Santa's workshop. And
one other really like good comedic acting that Schwarzenegger did is when the cops come to break up the Santa thing and he grabs like that fake badge and very quickly flashes it like I'm a secret agent. And he keeps like kind of flashing it for such a small amount of time.
Yeah. It is like, this has been handled like a sham. Like, that just ended up in Muppets territory.
Yeah, it did, but that's okay.
Oh, wow.
What are you going to do?
This is a funny movie. It's funny. Do you want to hear what other people thought about Jingle All The Way, or did you have any other thoughts about it?
No, I mean, like, it's a fun, just, again, this movie references Rodney King as a joke. And oh man, I'm still not over that one. But great goofy movie. Loved it.
Yeah.
What did everyone else think about this movie?
Well, it has pretty low reviews.
You know what? I'm not going to fight for that.
It has a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes for audiences and a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes for critics. Yeah. So aggressively low.
Aggressively low. I mean, yeah, that's fine. This isn't probably the best Christmas movie that's ever been made.
Yeah, no.
This would not make it into a yearly rotation for me. But maybe once every like several years, be like, you know what? Let's go for a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is like one that it's kind of hit some of the Christmas beats of like, you know, a family. Oh, you got to go through all this conflict and oh, it's just about us being together in the end. But this goes to so much goofier lengths than a lot of other Christmas movies do. Yeah. That I appreciate it for that because it is so silly.
It absolutely is a goof factory.
Yeah. IMDb is a 5.6 and Metacritic has a 34.
Yeah.
However, they were laughing it all the way to the bank because on a budget of $60 million, which apparently $20 million was just for Arnold Schwarzenegger, it made $129 million worldwide. Yeah,
that makes sense. I can see this being something that like a bunch of people go to see because it's so like, it's again, family friendly. Right time of year, people are going to have a bunch of time and they want to hang out as a family. And this is a pretty fun way to do that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's landed at 24th of the worldwide box office for the year.
Pretty crazy.
Pretty high, yeah. Did you want to rank this at all? Or did you want to give like an out of 10 or any sort of ranking?
Maybe it's just a quick beat, like a quick out of 10.
Sure.
Unless you have like a ranking place for it. 'Cause I don't
have a rank. I just have the block in here. I didn't delete it.
Let's give this a quick rank 'em up.
Sure. I think I'm going to go like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I was thinking like 5.5 or 6 out of 10. Like it's funny. It's a goof, but like it's not. It's a family Christmas movie, whatever. A 6 out of 10 for a family Christmas movie is perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think it's rewatchable.
Yeah,
I definitely probably am going to find myself rewatching this.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, probably not to a yearly rotation extent to like use. What are your yearly Christmas movies?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I know don't know if it's technically Christmas
Thanksgiving.
movie. It's Thanksgiving, but like it's it's
a holiday type movie. Yeah, that's fair.
National Lampoons.
I've never seen that one.
Oh,
it's on my list, so I've been meaning to.
Dude, it's really worth a watch. My roommates and I have been watching. I think it's called just White Christmas.
What's like the old one?
Yeah, like the really old one. It's not held up great. We never finish it. We said there's a couple like dumb drinking games.
Yeah,
and we've never finished the movie. We started off, and then by the time that we're just like happily good and liquored, we just start doing other stuff. We don't finish it, but it's a sweet little tradition of watching the first third of that. What are yours?
I mean, my main one is the Tim Allen Santa Claus, the Santa Claus.
Yeah,
that one I think I watch every year.
Okay, in fairness, I haven't seen that one.
Okay, well there you go. We can trade
Christmas movies.
It's fun. It's good. I really like it. Obviously, there's nostalgia clouding that a little bit,
probably, but whatever.
But it's really nice. I don't actually know if there's like that much else out of that. I watched It's a Wonderful Life for the first time last year, and that shit's so fucking good.
You're probably gonna watch that one again.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that one again.
If there's any Muppets Christmas stuff, I'll watch it.
Yes, Muppets Christmas Carol is so fucking good. Have you seen it?
No, my roommates are watching that, and I tuned in for about 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'll come back and watch the full thing because I came in late.
No, go watch that one.
Yeah.
I watched it last year for the first time, too, when I was going through my streak of new Christmas movies. that shit fucking slaps.
Oh yeah.
That's like, for me, that's pinnacle Christmas Carol. Like it's, and
Okay,
almost pinnacle
beautiful.
Muppets. Cause
Yeah. Muppets just keep it's just hit after hit. When have they missed? When have the Muppets missed?
I can tell you where they missed.
Don't tell me. They've never once missed, as far as I'm aware.
The very recent Muppets Haunted Mansion was garbage.
Oh, the one with Will Arnett?
Yeah.
I thought it was like fine.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
I didn't like it at all.
I thought it was fine. I don't know. I watched it with my girlfriend. It was kind of fun.
Oh, I'm happy for you because I absolutely hated it.
Oh, man.
It just made me so mad because I do have that high expectation for Muppets movies. And I just, Anyways, this is going on for reals.
Back to Jingle All The Way.
Yeah. Okay. I have some Letterboxd reviews.
All right. One of these I've heard someone has told me that is quite a cinematic experience.
I had to prepare. 3.5 stars on a rewatch by Luke. Arnold Schwarzenegger's bad parenting made Jake Lloyd grow up to be Darth Vader.
That's good.
In a similar vein, I got a 5-star from Maria. There is a scene in this masterpiece where Arnold Schwarzenegger almost says, "I am your father" to Jake Lloyd. That's the shit George Lucas saw and said, "That's my Anakin right there."
Oh, that's good.
All right, here's the one. Excuse me while I get into my snobby critic voice.
You mean your voice?
Shut the fuck up. All right, this is 1.5 stars watched by Paul. Brian Levitt's Jingle All The Way confirms the impression that Christmas is all about the accumulation of nonsense that goes into the marketing and commercialization of the festive season.
Oh my God.
Arnold Schwarzenegger stars as a workaholic father who spends most of the movie performing inadequately, slapstick by either falling over or collapsing. Jingle All The Way truly exemplifies everything horrible about Christmas by affirming appalling principles with horrible insinuations while obfuscating the obfuscating the demeanor of affection and love. That was really good. Thank you.
Wow, that was a performance.
Scene.
Oh God, I hate that guy so much. Shut up, dude. It's Christmas. This is the future governor of California making a goddamn family Christmas movie and having a great time doing it.
Oh, fuck.
God.
To contrast, here's 5 stars by Tuna Chips. Unbelievably terrible. I loved it.
Oh, that's what I love, that genre of movie.
Yeah.
Not even a bad movie. It's just so stupid, but it's just so good.
Yeah, it is. For some awards, Academy, absolutely nothing. It did, however, win the Blockbuster Entertainment Award for Favorite Supporting Actor in a Family Movie for Sinbad.
Good for him. I didn't get that
either. It was also nominated for the Razzie Award for Worst Director for Brian Levant.
Oh, that's kind of mean.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, he's not trying that hard. Give him this one. Give him a break.
Interesting facts.
Yeah.
You ready?
I am ready.
All right. Sinbad improvised a majority of his lines. Arnold Schwarzenegger also improvised many of his responses in his conversations with him.
Yeah, that checks. Sinbad is just some wild, wacky shit. And Schwarzenegger many times just said no. That kind of sums up what I'd assume his ability to like improvise lines would be.
The world premiere was held on November 16th, 1996 at the Mall of America in Bloomington, where parts of the film were shot. A day of events was held to celebrate the film's release, and Arnold Schwarzenegger donated memorabilia from the film to the mall's Planet Hollywood. So just really entrenching itself in that corporate culture.
Pure capitalism right there. Can you even use the word donation in that sense? I feel like you kind of are watering that term down.
Yeah. All right. I got 2 more. This story is based on the 1980s shopping frenzy over the Cabbage Patch Dolls. However, it ended up perfectly mimicking the Tickle Me Elmo craze of Christmas 1996.
There's always something.
Always something, especially earlier in those days.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Did you got a Wii, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember trying to get a Wii?
Yeah, I remember my dad had to get up so early one morning to get one.
Yeah, I remember our neighbors were like at Toys R Us one day and they knew we had been looking for one and they called my mom. They're like, they have 2 here. Do you want one? And we were just like, yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah. So
that's the opposite of Ted right there. That's the anti-Ted.
Yeah, exactly. There is always one. Here's a wacky one. In March 2001, a U.S. District Court jury in Birmingham, Michigan, ruled that 20th Century Fox stole the script idea for Jingle All the Way from Detroit high school biology teacher Brian Webster.
What?
The studio was ordered to pay $19 million, later reduced to $1.5 million.
What?
Webster submitted the script, then named Could This Be Christmas? To the studio in 1994 and never received payment nor credit despite the film making $129 million worldwide. 20th Century Fox appealed, but the verdict was reversed since Webster's script was submitted after the studio had already purchased a treatment, which is a summary or an outline of what would become this movie's script.
So it wasn't a theft of ideas?
20th Century Fox did win this basically because his script was submitted after they had already had the treatment of what this movie would become. So some controversy, but they were legit.
I mean, also this movie this is not a hard to write movie.
No.
This is it's so many just similar tropes that happened 100 times before.
Yeah.
So I don't even really, normally I'd be like, oh hell yeah, take down 20th Century Fox. But
yeah, I mean, Disney did that already. So.
Yeah. There you go. Go Disney. You did it.
So you got any final thoughts on Jingle All the Way?
Man, nothing left in the tank. How about you?
No, it was good to laugh about though. This was a fun bonus.
This was
episode.
a fun bonus one. Can't believe that Rodney King was ever in an episode of Snubs and Dubs. That's bizarre that was written to any kind of movie like that.
Yeah. One thing I actually just thought of. How did Jamie and Liz not realize that was their father and husband under that very clear mask?
I don't know, man.
Because she was like, he was saying stuff and she looked confused. Like, why would this strange man be saying weird shit about my son?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, look, it's me. And then they were like, whoa. What the fuck?
You're a Turbo Man? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I was like, they did.
It's a little suspense.
Yeah, they probably should have just given him a bigger mask and it probably would have explained it all away. But no, they left like a third of his face revealed.
Yeah. Funny movie.
Silly times.
Worth a watch.
Yeah.
I think. It's just for the goof.
Just for the goof of it
it's
all.
90 minutes.
Yeah. Watch this with your family.
Yeah.
Or friends if you want. That works too.
Don't be like Paul. Like
Who's Paul?
Paul was the guy who left that very snobby review that I...
Paul. Unbelievable. Have fun for once in your miserable life. Paul.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys all for listening to this bonus Christmas episode of season 1 of Snubs and Dubs. As always, you can find us everywhere on social media at Snubs and Dubs, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Letterboxd, etc. We're also on Good Pod, so make sure to check us out there and join our official Discord. We'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on Jingle All the Way or on this bonus episode. So please send us a tweet or a message with a question, a recommendation, or anything else. I'm also at Kyle Tobiasson on Twitter, and Jason is at Windy_Mills. Of course, all those links are going to be in the show notes. Please leave a 5-star review and share the show. Then return for episode 20 on Monday of season 1, where we're talking about the Best Picture nominee, Shine. Thanks for listening. That's a wrap. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.